It's a nice place. Well, I might have been born just poor white trash, but I sold 1 million records, made a little cash. The doctors and the lawyers, they don't think it's funny that they're living next door to white trash with money. White trash with money, let's go. Listen, did you know? Welcome to White Trash with Money.
All right, y'all, welcome back to White Trash with Money podcast.
White trash.
I'm your host, Matt Lotta. My co-host is here, Justin Nunley.
Did I get demoted? Maybe.
And then to honor all of our veterans this year, we have a special guest that's joined our podcast, a Marine veteran, combat veteran, Scott Braun, better known as Scooter Braun.
Scooter Braun.
Scooter Braun.
Thanks for coming on, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. And happy Veterans Day, and obviously happy Marine Corps birthday, because it's right there. November 10th, baby.
What?
1775.
What is your favorite flavor of crayon?
Blue. And
Wow,
green.
that's a different one.
I've never heard. I always hear green or orange.
I get a lot of red. People love
Really?
red. Yeah.
Yeah.
They think it's cherry.
I'm an earthy kind of guy. I like earth colors.
Like the earth tones.
Yeah, browns, greens, blues. Those are my favorite.
Let's get into it.
Yeah. And before we do, thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for putting that uniform on. Thank you for fighting for our country and our freedoms so that we get to sit here and do this. So thank you for your service.
Seriously,
Now,
thank you for your service, and to all the moms of veterans, thank you for your service.
And wives.
And wives.
And wives.
Got to keep the morale up.
and the side chicks.
What? Brother, let's get into it.
Our manager over here made a mistake, and it's one that you're used to.
Oh, you tell me it wasn't Scooter Braun.
She was so excited. Scooter Braun? Oh my God.
Dude. Dude.
And then we said, no, it's Scooter Braun. Shit, who the hell's that?
It's exactly usually what happens too, man. It's all good. Dude, I got, so when they were going through their tiff or whatever, what happened? I woke up one morning and I had about 50,000 messages in all my inboxes, and I was like, dude, did one of my songs hit or something? And no, man, it was 8-year-olds telling me to go.
You can say whatever you
okay.
want.
I literally had 8-year-olds telling me to go fuck myself in 30 different languages, and I'm like, you all got the wrong guy.
Joke's on you, I did that last night.
Was E! Entertainment, the TV show, picked it up and was like, guys, this is not the same guy. Leave him alone. Like, it was so bad. And they were like, well, they say that, like, there's no such thing as bad press. I'm like, I didn't get shit out of that. I didn't get a single follower. I just got a bunch of people telling me to go fuck myself, man. It was great.
Oh, man. Well, I'm glad it's Scooter Braun and not Scooter Braun. I personally, because I like you a lot better.
Do we have beef with Scooter Braun?
Oh, who, me?
I'm not even going to lie. I don't even know who Scooter Braun is. Who is Scooter Braun?
He was the manager for Taylor Swift. Is that how it was?
No,
Or
no.
label?
He managed, like,
Is he the one that stole her songs?
Bieber, right? Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And then I think he ended up buying
Her catalog.
Swift's catalog.
Yeah, okay, that's the guy.
And there's just always, I don't know, I don't follow
Yeah.
that kind of drama, but like I just know they don't like each other, and that her people definitely don't like him.
Well, this is Scooter Braun, Taylor's version.
The one that she likes.
It's a nice looking mullet you got.
Thank you.
I do got to say, I like
It's
that.
it's more of a mohawk.
It's a
Bush.
it's a modern mullet's what they're calling it. I
Yeah,
think.
is it?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that name.
I embrace it, dude. We're white trash.
It's a church going mullet. That's what
So
that is.
I had my hair was like down to here, and I had it long for a long time, and then I think back in November I was like, man, I need to cut some of this bad energy off. And so I was like, but I can't have just a normal haircut, so this is what I went with, and I like it.
You wear it well. You're wearing the shit out of
yours
it. I
is
like
yours
it.
is much
Mulletier.
mulletier,
Yeah, yeah.
mulletier
Billy
than
Ray-esque.
mine.
I'm working
dig
on
it.
it. I just retired from the Air Force.
Well,
So I told my wife, I was like, I'm not cutting my hair for 2 years.
I thought that it's like, that's normal haircut for Air Force, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we get to, we've got a little bit more lax grooming standards. I mean, we have standards, but You know, I think they care more about our, brains than they do. I scored high enough in my ASVAB, I didn't have to join the Marines. You know,
I hear you.
Yeah, your story of joining the Marines is funny though. Tell your story of why you joined the Marines.
Okay, so I actually did not go towards the Air Force at all. I went to the Army. I love Rambo movies. I want to be a Ranger. I want to be a Green Beret. And so I grew up in Colorado, and I went to the recruiter outside of Denver. And this dude walks out, and he's like, got like this pot belly. And he's got his slouch, and he's smoking a cigarette. And I look down, and one of his pant legs is like hiked up on his sock. And I'm just like looking at this dude like, all right. He goes, hey, man, what can I do? What are you here for? I was like, I'm supposed to be meeting you? Oh, dude, I totally forgot, man. Hey, listen, I got some stuff I got to go do. Just have a seat on the curb. I'll be back in like 20, 30 minutes. And I was like, I'm 17 years old. Oh, okay, cool.
Maybe this is normal.
This is normal. I'm sitting down on the curb. And I'm kind of like totally like thinking about the way that this dude just like approached me. And then about 5 minutes later, the door behind me swings open. And I look over my shoulder, and this Marine comes walking out. This dude is jacked. Perfect uniform, the creases, everything like that. He said, hey, what are you doing sitting on my curb? I said, man, I'm waiting for the Army guy. And he looked at me and he said, you want to look like that shitbag? You want to look like this? And I said, I want to look like that. He goes, step into my office. Dude, we got into his office. That Army recruiter got back, was like knocking on the door, and my recruiter just looked at him and went like this.
Yeah,
and I joined the Marine Corps, dude. Right there.
Funny enough, the Army guy was just a hired actor for the Marine guy.
That's
wasn't even
all it
Army
is.
recruiter.
That's probably hey, man, dude, I'm blowing my quotas today. Remember how I helped you out last month? Yeah.
I need
that's how
a
it
fat
went.
actor.
He's got some homeless. He's got some homeless dude in an Army outfit that he bought at the Army Navy store.
All I need you to do is get a mid fade, and we're good.
Dude, it worked.
Yeah.
They got me.
I mean, I joined the Army just because the recruiter I worked at this little full service gas station after high school, and he'd come down there, and that's where he bought his cigarettes and hung out with us. And I mean, he never like tried to force it on, but none of the other recruiters ever talked to us. Like they would never come do that. This guy would come hang out. And when it came time for me to join, he goes, I went to his office. I said, hey, I want to join. He goes, you sure? He's like, you want to join? I was like, yeah. He goes, you always said you would never join the military. I was like, man, I got to get out of this place. He was like, all right, let's go.
He's like, relatable. I've been trying to get out of this damn office for a while. Yeah. Like, I get it, brother.
But what year did you join?
99.
Oh, damn, you were in the thick of it.
Yeah, so I actually joined in 98. I was in a delayed entry program for, I think, almost a year. And then I went to boot camp in 99. I did a Westpac in 01, and then I was in the invasion in 03. Went to the invasion with the 15th MEU.
Yeah. What year were you in Iraq? Well, I mean, what month were you in Iraq?
So we got to Kuwait, I believe, in January or February of 03.
I got there in February.
Yeah, and then we did the invasion across the border. We took the Qasr naval port. I was in the Battle of Nasiriyah. I was on the Jessica Lynch mission. Kind of all that stuff. And then we ran a lot of security for the reserve units while they were building the airfields. So we'd basically get ambushed and take the brunt of it while they kept moving. And then a lot of running the rabbit is what I like to call it. Where nobody's been to this town yet. Go see if anybody shoots at you, and then we know if we got an enemy there. So we just like run through this town. Dude, there was one, and I can't remember what the town's name was. It was like Shook or something like that. And we get in this town, and everybody's like super cool. They're waving at us, thumbs up, and it's like a sunny day. It's beautiful. Like we're rolling through these streets, and then all of a sudden these three dudes with AKs come out, and like all hell breaks loose. And we just start getting ambushed from like the rooftops everywhere. And we're trying to get out of the town. And my platoon sergeant looks back at me. He's like, hey, like we need you to pop smoke. Like we need some cover. And I got like dudes coming from everywhere. So I just started like shooting my 203 at dudes with smoke. I was like, I'm trying to get two birds with one stone. You know what I mean? Well, our lead driver ends up driving right into one of a middle of an Iraqi, one of the shit pits that they had, like all the sewage that runs down into it, and it had a grass covering it, and his vehicle goes straight into it. And so we're like just getting hammered, and now we got to pull this vehicle out of a human feces shit pit in the middle of this town. We took no casualties, no KIAs. It was unreal.
Wow.
And we get outside of town, and I was like, dude, that was pretty wild, man. Like, we got in a lot of gunfights in '03, but like that one was like the one that was like, okay, I think I'm good to go home now. I'm good.
Yeah, I'd like to see mom and dad.
Yeah. I put a dip in, and I was just like, yeah, man, I'm ready to go home now. Yeah.
A good dip will change your mind on things.
What's that?
A good dip will change your mind on things,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah.
It'll get you. We just sit there and think for a minute and go, man, maybe that Air Force guy wasn't that bad. Maybe I should go over to his office that day.
No, dude, I loved being a Marine, man. I tripped over a guitar and learned how to play it in the Marine Corps. And
You didn't pick up a guitar till you was 19, right?
yeah.
Is that
yeah.
what I understand? Yeah.
Yeah. And so growing up in Colorado, I did like a lot of like, I was really hardcore in the Western culture, ranching. I did rodeo. I rode bulls and bareback horses, and I loved like Western poetry. And so I would listen to like guys like Baxter Black and obviously like the music of Chris Ledoux. And I started writing Western poetry while I was in high school. And then that turned into writing songs, but I never knew how to play guitar. And when I learned how to play guitar in the Marine Corps, a buddy of mine that was from Texas taught me a few chords, and I fell in love with it. And my goal was I wanted to do 20 plus years and retire. But when I got back from Iraq, and I had my reenlistment drawn up to go be a mountain survival instructor in Bridgeport, California, and I just at the last minute just turned it away, and I was like, I'm gonna go to Texas and pursue music, because I became a Marine. I fought in combat. I came back with all my digits, and I'm like, man, I don't want to just keep going back there, because after the amount of combat that we saw, I was like, dude, there's just if it's like that the rest of the time, I'm probably not going to come home at some point. And so last minute I got out and I moved to Texas and started trying to pursue music.
Does that bother you?
That I got out?
No, the stuff you saw. Like, does it still affect you mentally at all?
I would say there's a yes and no answer to that. The yes answer is, in the invasion, there was just a lot of civilian casualty. Mm-hmm. Also, what a lot of people don't talk about is the amount of green on green casualty in '03 from mistakes of our own. Mm-hmm. So those are the things that really get me. I don't like, hey, dude, I'm one of those people that don't mind shooting bad people in the face. Like, I actually enjoyed war. I felt like I was riding with Genghis Khan across the desert, sacking cities like it was a part of my archaic DNA. Like, I loved it. But I don't like the aspect of the innocent being involved in that. Mm-hmm. I would say this. I think that my music and being able to write things out and get things down on paper I don't think I realized for a long time that was really doing a lot for my soul.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to ask. Is writing music and doing music kind of therapeutic?
I didn't think so for a long time. I never even put it together. And then a friend of mine asked me, well, what about your music, man? Like, it seems like that helps you out a lot. And it was like a light bulb moment. I was like, how have I never thought about this? And it really has. Like, the fact that I've been able to put down a lot of my feelings and stuff on paper and watch it go from an idea to a song to playing it in front of somebody, and then that person having an emotional reaction to it. There's just, I'm really big in the arts in general. Like, I think that all, like, songwriting, poetry, if you're doing photography, painting, anything that like takes your brain and takes it to somewhere else where you're not focused on anything else but that when you're using that part of your brain. Mm-hmm. It's like when I'm painting, I can paint for 5 hours and never think about anything else but the next stroke. But if I'm mowing the yard or working on something, I'm like, fuck this guy, I hate this person or whatever, but like art, I just get out of that. I think it's really important for the veteran community to do the arts. There's a amazing organization here in Nashville called Creative Vets. Richard Casper was a Marine. He got blown up in Iraq in, I think, '04.
We passed their office last night, actually.
Dude, they do amazing stuff, not only just in the songwriting space, but art, sculpture, photography. They do acting classes. You guys should definitely check them out and talk to Richard. You should have Richard on this podcast. He's a great dude. But I think that the arts are so important for veterans. I think that take the aspect of trying not to, like, when you think of art, you think of like not masculine. I think if you try to take that idea away from art and put more veterans in an art space, that it'll help more guys than anything else.
Yeah, that's I mean, we've known each other forever, so I know, a lot of your, story. We were just in Tampa, it's been a few months ago, right?
Yeah, for Soft Week.
Yeah. And it was fun because in that environment, and I don't know, Justin, if you're familiar with that whole Soft Week that they have down in Tampa, but it's a special forces type of community, and I'm the furthest thing from it, but we do sell them T-shirts, so I have to go down there. But you came down and did some stuff with the Green Beret Foundation and did a concert and everything, but it's also sitting around and smoking cigars and drinking some good wine and having those conversations with the boys is that helps as well. So it's just for veterans finding their kind of place. So when you came home from Iraq, you started playing the guitar while you were in the military, right?
Yeah.
Were you songwriting as well, or were you just doing poetry, or it was a little bit of a mix there?
No, yeah, I was starting to write my own stuff, and a lot of the poetry that I'd written, I started turning into songs. And when I moved down to Texas, I had no idea what I was doing, and I started just hitting open mic jams, and I started meeting musicians. And one of the first guys that I met, believe it or not, was, did you guys have MySpace?
Yeah.
So this is back in the MySpace days. I get this.
What was your
message.
song on your MySpace wall?
I think I had 4 of them. There's a song called "I'm in Love with You," and the other 3 I could not tell you. I have
No
idea.
Jason Boland.
Oh, dude, I love bowling, dude.
Yeah, but not on the MySpace wall.
It wasn't on my MySpace.
Okay,
wall.
okay.
Mine was all like my stuff that I recorded was.
This was back when you was still writing poetry, right? Surprised you didn't join the Navy, to be honest.
I mean, we are a department of the Navy.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Touche.
The men's department.
The men's department.
The men's department of the you have a men's and women's section. So.
That's funny.
Oh man.
No, I got a message from this kid. He was like 19 years old, and he thought I was a big deal. And I looked at his stuff and I thought he was a big deal. We're just a couple knuckleheads, man. And it was Cody Johnson. And so Cody Johnson and I got together and started writing songs, and him and I wrote his first like big hit in Texas called Texas Kind of Way. And my wife actually booked and managed both of us for a couple of years. And so then Cody, obviously has made some really great decisions because dude's crushing it right now. And then I kind of got tired of it for a little while. I was doing the Texas thing and going out of Texas. And then Charlie Daniels took me under his wing, and that's what made me move to Nashville.
So, because I mean, before we talk about Charlie,
Yeah.
That Texas world is a whole nother world of Texas. And I mean, I know you're a Texas country
I
fan,
love Texas
and I am
country,
too.
yeah.
We were in the car together in Texas, and I started playing Jason Boland. He looked at me and goes, "Is that Jason Boland?" And I said, "Oh yeah."
I said, hold on. Have
love-
you heard the live version of this when he played the Billy Bob's? Like, it is way better than the
Yeah.
recorded. Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm a huge Texas country music fan. Like that's that's like the favorite thing in the world. But it's a bubble.
It is, yeah.
It's a bubble, and it's that two-stepping.
Tonkin.
Yep. And it's like it's a different vibe. It's a different sound than what Nashville's got, or for most part, the rest of the country. I mean, you got like Texas, Oklahoma, Colorado. That's essentially like where that genre lives.
Yeah.
It seems like. Did you just feel like you were boxed in while you were in Texas?
When I was in Texas, you were kind of doing the same thing every 3 months. It was just this circle that you were doing, and I've never hung my hat on the same nail for too long. I can't just do the same thing over and over. Like I wanted to like see the country. I wanted to see the world, and I loved Texas. It was a great platform to get started on. I always say like this to compare it, like Texas is a great scene. There's amazing songwriters, musicians, performers that are in Texas. But Nashville is an industry. This is where you come to build your business and to branch out further than you can with that, because you have the booking agencies. I mean, like, let's face it, like a lot of the Texas guys that are hardcore Texas are coming here to write their songs. We're coming here to get their management. We're coming here for their booking agencies. We're coming here to record their albums, and then they take it back to Texas. So like this I wanted to be somewhere where there was an industry that you could build on, because there's only a handful of stuff. I mean, Texas at one point had like maybe 2 or 3 really good booking agencies. I don't know where they're at anymore, like, and it sucks because there's a lot of talent there, but
Yeah.
it's also got extremely overcrowded down there.
So how did you end up with Charlie?
It was really crazy. I was at a point. I'd been doing Texas for about 10 years, and I was like, I told my wife, I'm like, man, I really just want to move like back to the mountains where I'm from. I love Texas and the ideals, but it's too damn hot for me, man. Like, it's just too hot, dude. It's flat. I don't want to live out in the desert. You know what I mean? Like, I'm an outdoorsman. I love being in the woods and on the water, and I was just kind of done. And I was like, I was doing an event for Marcus Luttrell, Lone Survivor Foundation, and I had met the mother of Danny Dietz, one of his teammates that was killed in Operation Red Wing. And Danny and I are from the same town in Colorado. She was like, hey, we do this thing for his birthday every year. I'd love for you to come up, do a handful of songs, and it goes to the Navy SEAL Foundation. I was like, yeah, cool. Oh, by the way, we don't have any money to pay you, but we'll put you up and feed you. And at the time, this is, man, 10, 12 years ago, I wasn't making a ton of money. Like, I had 4 kids and a wife, and I'm trying to take care of my wife. Was like, you're going to go to Colorado for free to sing 3 or 4 songs? Like, no, man, like, you need to go get paid. And I was like, dude, I already gave this woman my word that I'd be there. I have to go do this. And so I did. Well, I met a guy named David Rutherford, who was a SEAL, and David Rutherford, also a motivational speaker now, and he's doing his thing, and he's amazing. And he was like, dude, I love your songs and your stories. He's like, I know this guy in Nashville named David Corlew, and he manages Charlie Daniels. I'd love to link you up. And of course, like, being in the music business, you're like, okay, whatever, dude. Like, we'll see if this happens. I've been promised so many things. Well, then I got an email from David Corlew and said, hey, Charlie and I have been listening to your music, and Charlie wants to invite you to come play a volunteer jam in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena. And I was like, are you serious? Like, is this real? And there's no money in it for you, but we'll put you up and we'll feed you. And I'm like, I'll be there. And then after that, like, it just was kind of came this thing. And David was like, I wasn't planning on managing any other artists anymore, but you remind me a lot of Charlie when he was coming up, and Charlie really likes you. And I started going back and forth to Nashville. And next thing I know, I told my wife, I was like, why don't we just move? Like, every time we come here, magic happens. We're meeting great people. And Charlie opened a door for me that I could have never done by myself.
What year was that when?
I think that the volunteer jam was probably like 15. I think that we moved here in 16.
Yeah.
So we've been here for almost 10 years.
Yeah.
Some chase comfort. Others chase greatness. For those who run toward the danger. For those whose mission isn't a shift, it's a calling. Clean energy, zero sugar, 200 milligrams of fuel built for those who never quit. Waze Energy isn't for those who dream of making a difference. It's for those who dare to make it.
Hey, we'll be back to the podcast in just a minute, but first, let me give a big shout out to Merit Productions. They edit all of our podcasts, and they do a great job doing it. They're into BDSM. Now back to the podcast.
Because I met you in 17.
With Charlie?
I met David Corlew at SHOT Show, and I weaseled my way in to meet Charlie Daniels, and I did an interview with Charlie Daniels. So I lied to him telling them that we were 9-Line News, because 9-Line Apparel wasn't really a big thing at that point.
9-Line News?
We were 9-Line
Did
News.
you really?
Yeah. We were 9-Line News, and we were doing interviews with celebrities and singers and stuff about their love of this country, veterans, and their charitable works with veteran organizations and stuff. It was all a lie. You know, it was just, I need to get in with these people. And then when I get in with these people, I'm going to get our shirts to them, and they're going to wear them, and they're going to be in front of a bunch of people, right? And Charlie was one of the first celebrities that I got in with. And through that, David Corlew reaches out to me, and he goes, hey, I'm going to send you some all-access passes. You can go to any Charlie Daniels concert you want to and hang out with us backstage and everything else. And I was like, oh, man, this is amazing, right? First concert we go down to Jacksonville. And I'm backstage, and this is, I think, maybe the first time I've ever been backstage for a concert. I'm lost. I don't know where I'm at. I'm literally lost. I was like, where is Jimmy? Jimmy
Burton?
Jimmy Burton. I said,
Yep.
Where's Jimmy Burton at? And this tall drink of water standing out there in the hallway drinking my cold beer, and he goes, anything I can help you with? I said, man, I'm looking for Jimmy Burton. And he goes, why? And I said, well, I'm supposed to be meeting with, like, I said, I was like, I'm got this pass, and just go see Charlie Daniels and everything. Do they know you're coming? I was like, I guess. So he goes, all right, I'll show you, man. Come on. And,
Didn't know if he was trying to fangirl and get, like, sneak in there and, you know.
Oh, he was.
oh, yeah,
You
that's
know,
all it
it's,
was.
you
That's
know.
all it was. Yeah, I was sneaking in. So he
It
took
lost,
me-
you know what we call that back home? Lost, you know, that's a lost, couldn't find his ass with both hands in his back pocket, you know?
So we end up going to seeing Charlie and everything, and then Scooter plays, and I realized then my wife can never be around him or that band ever again, you know, because I saw the sparkle, the little sparkle in her eye, and I went, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. She liked it a little too much, you know what I mean? And it was like, calm down. But after the concert, we just hung out. I mean, and we sat there side stage and watched Charlie together, because both of us love Charlie Daniels, his music, and from there we just sparked a friendship, and we've been friends ever since.
Can we just talk about how shitty it is to sit side stage at a show?
Terrible. It's the worst
sound
seats.
is horrible. You can't
does-
hear
yeah.
nothing. You'll go deaf and not even enjoy it. You know, if I'm going to go deaf, I want to at least enjoy what I'm doing.
It really is, like, the only thing is, like, the fact that, like, if you're not used to it, it's more of the experience of just being there. But, like, I tell people all the time, they're like, man, can you get us backstage? I'm like, I can, but, like, I'd rather you watch the show from the front, because
Yeah.
it's
That's
going
where
to
the sound's
sound
going,
way
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And so what I started doing was, okay, I want access to that, because what I want to be able to do is go to the clean bathroom with
Right.
no
Yeah.
line. I want to be able to go to the green room where
That
the
is-
snacks and
that-
drinks
yeah,
are.
That is,
And then I'm going to come through that door. I mean, that security guy that's standing there, I look at him eye to eye. You see me? See this badge? This way, I'm going to be going right through
and
here.
there's a lot of food in them green rooms.
Yes.
When everybody's on stage, you can go back there and get you a snack, go back on out to your
You can
seat.
load up.
I
Yeah.
can park back there where the bus is at and all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's what I want. I'll go sit out there in the audience. I'm fine with that. I just need to be able to have that access.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm looking for. You know what I mean? We ain't even got to hang out.
Yeah.
I'll still sit out there with the people before or after the show. I just want to be able to get back and get me a Diet Coke and go pee real quick.
As an artist, like, when somebody's like, hey man, there's a show going on, you want to go to it? I'm like, do we get, like, any kind of, like, backstage stuff? And they're like, no. I'm like, no, I don't want to go. Like, I don't want to have to put up with all the lines, and, like, I actually don't like being in crowds. I like being on a stage. I feel like I have control there,
Yeah.
but I don't want to go stand in it. I don't want to go wait in the bathroom line. Like, I don't.
So you did a show down in, I think it was Florida, it's one of the festival, like a 3-day festival. The girl at work, Reagan, you hooked her up with some all access passes and everything. She already had tickets for the show, and they hook her up and stuff, and she's helped with them get for Scooter to get, you know, shirts and stuff like that. So she goes down there for the show, and she came back and she goes, well, we're ruined now.
Ruined.
And I was like, why? She goes, we had parking. She goes, we were in the VIP section. We had seats. She goes, it was in a field. And she goes, but over here, I had a little table. I had seating. I could see everything. I had a waitress. She's like, and there's 20,000 people over here that don't have anything, and they're waiting in line for porta potties and all that stuff. She goes, I can't ever go to another concert again.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it'll ruin you.
It really will.
Well, and like sporting events.
Yes.
You get to go sit.
Yeah.
You get to go sit in the suite for a sporting event, and you're just like, I don't want to go back down there.
Nope.
You know.
Same thing happened to me for cruises. I did the Kid Rock Chill and the Most cruise. I think it was the 9th. The last one that he did was a cruise, and then I think he did one like in the Bahamas for the 10th, and he hasn't done it since. But that cruise was like being an artist on a cruise where like you have access to everything. And it was wild, man. The very first night we played, people started throwing wads of money down. There was people throwing bags of cocaine, joints on the stage. Security's going crazy because they're trying to figure out where it's all coming from. And it's just a wild party. And I was like, I got back off that cruise, and you're hanging out with Bob. You're hanging out with all the other artists that are there. And you're like, I don't ever want to do this again. I'm ruined. Like this will never be fun to me. Like,
yeah.
Unless it's like this.
You don't want to take a Jet 2 holiday.
I don't.
Yeah, no.
No.
I get it.
You can take that.
Yeah.
You can take that. I don't want it.
So, I mean, you meet Charlie, and you're at this point, you're opening up for Charlie, but then you get in with Travis Tritt and Marshall Tucker and all these people that all three of us love. You know what I mean? Like, it's real country music. Dude, and you're with these guys.
It was wild. Like, and I played with a lot of folks, and I became friends with Randy Travis before Randy had his stroke. And so he was one of my all-time favorites, along with Charlie and Travis. But he was like the biggest dude that I've ever like had any kind of like interaction with. And then I started working with Charlie.
You never met Porter Wagner. Talking about big
No,
guys.
I've heard the stories.
What was he called? 12 and a quarter Porter?
12 and a quarter. George Jones will tell you.
George Jones was a Marine.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Really?
George was a Marine.
Dadgum.
Huh.
Good for him.
I didn't know
And then
that.
I'm not going to tell this story on the podcast because I don't think it would be the right thing to do, but the best story, one of the best
As
stories
he
I've
goes
ever
into
heard.
the story. Yeah,
No,
I
no.
love this.
One of the best.
I love it.
I can't. I'll tell you guys afterwards because I don't want to. I'm not going to drop him like that.
Just tell
But-
the story and we'll cut it out. Go ahead. You're good. We'll cut it.
He's like,
Nope.
I don't trust
I
y'all.
won't do you like
He's
that.
like, I've known Matt Lyda too long.
But Doug
I tried, guys. I tried.
Doug Gray, the lead singer of Marshall Tucker Band,
Yeah.
he's a Vietnam combat veteran, Army. But Toy,
Hey, Andy. Andy's Vietnamese.
His grandpa's a Vietnam veteran as well.
good Lord,
Clip it. Clip it.
good Lord. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my God. Oh God, I live for those moments in these shows. Oh, sorry. Anyway, Shy, he's a Vietnam veteran.
But Toy Caldwell, who
He's
is
uncomfortable now.
that was. I'm getting over it right now. Over it.
He's been around me and Tyler
Oh, yeah,
enough.
no, yeah. But Toy Caldwell was a Marine, and Toy was the singer and guitar player for Marshall Tucker Band, and now I have no idea what the fuck I was talking about. I'm totally thrown off right now.
I thought we
Anyway,
were distracted enough where he was fixing to tell the story. I was like, yes.
No, I'll tell y'all afterwards. It's an amazing story. Though.
We got so close, guys. We tried.
It's not gonna
we
happen.
tried.
Ain't happening. But it's just fun, like the amount of guys when you start meeting dudes that were military, like that are in the music business.
Yeah.
But it was really like, it's been a weird thing because I am opposed, like getting out of Iraq, like the Iraq-Afghanistan aspect, and our country's been so different to our veterans than they were to Vietnam veterans. So
Man, every time I see a Vietnam veteran, I always walk up to them, shake their hand, and say "Welcome home" because they never
Absolutely.
got that. They
No.
never got it, and they all appreciate it. You could tell they really appreciate it.
Yeah, man, and it's really just sad because a lot of those guys they didn't even volunteer; they just got voluntold.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna go fight a war, like, and so they were doing what they thought was right, and it just sucks that that's what they had to go through. But a lot of those guys from back then, they don't really talk about it. Like the guys now that have the books, that are in the music business, that are in entertainment in general, actors or whatever. And so like when you find out some of these older guys, and then they connect with you on it. And so like we had this connection, and that's why the story started flying, and we started going back and forth. And I'm sitting in there like, dude, I'm sitting in here with Marshall Tucker Band right now. I'm telling stories about Iraq, and he's telling stories about Vietnam, and it was just like such a cool experience. But yeah, I mean, you guys know we're all military. There's certain stories to be said behind closed doors, and there's certain ones to be said
You don't want to just go ahead and tell it?
with 7 or 8 cameras in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, so and I'm old enough to know better.
You know, the crazy
We're
thing.
not all Rob O'Neill where we can just say them all.
Oh my God.
Love you, Rob.
Love you, Rob.
You know, the crazy thing is there's a connection between you two is because you've worked with Charlie Daniels, right? And one of the first people that he did merch apparel with was Charlie Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, where were you going with that, Justin?
No, that was it.
Okay.
He was so confused. He was like, "Is he being serious right now?"
Sometimes weaponized autism.
Like, were you just doing a recap?
Have I had a stroke?
We're just
or
doing a
have you had
recap right now.
like, do you smell burnt toast right now? 'Cause,
Which one of us have had a stroke right
yeah,
now?
I'm like, what's going on here?
Well, so 19, I was on that show,
What's it
the
called?
country
Star?
show, Real Country on USA Network.
Yeah.
And so that was, I think, in 2017. And then after that, like, things just started really ramping up. And then in 2019, it just really like hit. I had my debut on the Grand Ole Opry, and then it was working out to where the 2020 tour was going to be Scooter Braun Band with Marshall Tucker Band and Charlie Daniels.
I think we all know how this story ends.
Yeah. And it was called the Fire on the Mountain Tour. And I'll tell you, dude, when I saw that poster and I saw my name with Charlie and Marshall Tucker Band, and it was like this nostalgic thing, because I love the 70s music, rock and roll, country, all of it.
What was the name of the tour?
The Fire on the Mountain Tour.
Yeah, turned into the No Toilet Paper Tour.
It turned into the shit show.
Yeah.
Is what it turned into. And then, 2020 happens, and then Charlie passed, and it was just like, oh shit, no. I went from having like 60 shows on the books to 4, and I don't know what I'm gonna do now, But Charlie, he opened up doors that I could have never, and David Corlew opened up doors that if I would have came to Nashville without that, I don't know how long I would have made it here.
Yeah.
Did
It's
Charlie
tough.
pass away from COVID?
No. I believe it was from the change of his blood pressure medicine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because he passed away 2020, but it was like, what, June?
July, yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in there. And I mean, that was a sad day. I mean, Charlie was amazing. I mean, he every time I would see him, he would sit there and he'd go, how's your mom and daddy? He never met my mom and daddy, but he would always ask, how's your mom and daddy? I'm just like,
the thing I love most about Charlie was he when you say salt of the earth, that's his soul was salt of the earth.
Yeah.
And you got the same from Charlie Daniels if you were sweeping the floors or writing the checks. He was the same person no matter what. The time that he gave you was the same. Like, he didn't treat anybody better because of one thing or the other. And he spoke his truth, and he was genuinely like, I was on the bus one night with him. We were just talking about hats, and I like a certain kind of hat. I'm not thinking about anything.
Like cowboy hats or baseball
Yeah,
hats?
just because Charlie has his hat maker that he has, and we're talking about different lids, and I don't know, about 6 or 8 weeks later, I get this package in the mail, and I open it up, and it's a custom-made hat, and on the brim, it says, to Scott Brown from Charlie Daniels. And he had his hat maker make me a hat and then send it to me.
That's awesome.
Like, he remembered. He had the most impeccable memory, too. I'd be asking him about, hey, man, what was it like touring with Skinner back in the day? And, like, because him and Ronnie Van Zant were, like, best friends. Mm-hmm. And he'd be like, oh, we were in Florida. It was July 7th, like 1973. I think it was a Tuesday. And I'm like, how the fuck do you remember that? I can't remember what I went to the kitchen to grab 10 minutes ago, man. Like, I mean, his memory was just impeccable. Like, every time, like you say, if you had a conversation, if you told him about your parents, he remembered that, and he knew, hey, how you doing? How they doing? He was such a great man.
Staying on Charlie for a minute, you know how Charlie got his break in country in the music industry?
By singing?
No, no, actually not. It wasn't his singing at all.
Really?
Nope. And it wasn't the fiddle.
Mm-mm.
How?
He played guitar in the studio for Bob Dylan.
Really?
Yep. Bob Dylan was looking for a guitarist, right? Is that what how the story goes?
So Bob was, back in the day, they had different sessions. They had the morning session, afternoon, and evening sessions, and they would bring in players for each one, you working on the same album. And Charlie was a morning session. He had a residency somewhere. I can't remember what he said. And he was packing his gear up, and Bob had been in there listening. And Bob was like, "Hey, what's he doing? Where's he going?" "Oh man, that's Charlie Daniels. He's just doing a morning session. I got another guy coming in." And Charlie basically said, these words changed my life. He said, Bob Dylan said, "I don't want another guitar player. I want him." And so I believe that he did like the Skyline album, and like he was a guitar player for,
It's like 2 or 3 albums.
yeah. And him and Bob's, I mean, even though they're on different political spectrums, like they stayed friends for the entire time.
Yeah.
But he's like, Bob Dylan's the reason why I have my career. Like,
Yeah.
gave me the opportunity.
And I mean, it was what people just don't understand about Charlie was they think about the fiddle. There's more songs where Charlie played the guitar.
He was
than he
a
ever played the
phenomenal guitarist.
insane guitarist. And he had a little vault of guitars and stuff like that, which to be able to walk in that was like pretty cool. And there's a Bob Dylan guitar in there that I got to see. And it's like, this was Bob Dylan's guitar. And I'm like, holy dear God. You know, it's like those moments were pretty cool. But Charlie was an amazing guitarist though. And people don't.
He would even tell you, he's like, I fancy myself more as a guitar player. He's like, I mean, he would tell you, he's like, I'm an okay fiddle player. He's like, I played it different. I just have a different sound because I don't play it the way that everybody else plays it.
And he knew how to be a showman with it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He'd get down there and just, he knew what to do to get the crowd riled up.
But even at 80 years old, watching that dude on a Les Paul and just shred was just like, I'd stand on stage and just be like, we did a 1 or 2 or maybe 2 or 3 like tribute things. They were doing like a CDB revival where it was some of the guys from the band, from Charlie's band, and then we went out and did his songs in his place. And I try to tell people all the time, I'm like, dude, I did singing in like rhythm guitar. We had another fiddle player playing, and I had to bring in my old guitar player just to cover Charlie Daniels. We needed 3 people to cover what he could do, because not one of us could do it all like he did. And his voice was so iconic. It's so hard to like even emulate Charlie Daniels. You know, he was truly an amazing human, but he was just a phenomenal artist and musician and songwriter and storyteller.
And he's the one that called you and told you that you were going to play the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah. Yeah, it was wild. In fact, this is a cool full circle story. I was playing in Japan, and I got a call from David Corlew, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing on this date?" I was like, "Man, I actually fly into Dallas that morning from Japan." He's like, "Well, Charlie wanted to know if you've ever been to the Grand Ole Opry. If you wanted to go, he's got a show." And I was like, "Dude, I don't know if I can make it happen, but I'm going to try." So I called my wife, and I was like, "Hey, can you get your sister to watch the kids, pick me up at the airport? We're going to drive straight to Nashville." And she's like, "Okay." So we did. We showed up like right before everything, and I get backstage. I've never been to the Opry. And Charlie's like, "Well, let me show you around." So I'm getting a tour of the Opry backstage by Charlie. And we walk out on the stage where the circle is, and he's like, "There it is, son. That's why we all do it. You want to step in it?" And I just looked at Charlie and I said, "No, sir, I'd like to step in it when I've earned it." And he said, "All right, son." And he turned, and he didn't give you a second chance ever. It was just like, "Okay." And he takes off, and I'm sitting there going like, shit, did I just miss my opportunity from that one time just to step in it, you know? It was about 4 years later that I got the call from Charlie to invite me for my Grand Ole Opry debut. I didn't realize it, but I told you guys before that my goal was to do 20 years. I want to do 20 years and retire in the military. And it was 20 years since when I stepped on the footprints at MCRD in San Diego for the Marine Corps boot camp to when I stepped inside that circle at the Grand Ole Opry. And it was just like this full circle moment for me of like, when you step on those footprints, you go to the Marine Corps, and then you get your Eagle Globe and Anchor, you become a Marine, you're now part of that family. And to me, country music is like when you step inside that circle, you somehow become part of the country music family. And it was like 20 years to the date of both. And I just thought that was pretty crazy. I was like, man, you know, I guess I'm supposed to be doing this.
And had you done the 20 years in the military, you wouldn't be standing in that circle.
No, no.
Yeah.
I honestly think I don't. If I would have done 20, I don't know that I would have even made it back. Honestly, like being at the very beginning of it, doing 20 years of combat deployments.
What was your job in the Marines?
I went in. It was 0311. I was a grunt. I got lucky and ended up as a scout with 1st Light Armored Reconnaissance. So we kind of were a jack of all trades. We did a little bit of like everything from kicking down doors to reconnaissance stuff to I was also a Sasser operator, the 50 cal Barrett. We could do demolitions work, do a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I loved being a scout.
You still enjoy shooting?
I enjoy it, but I just don't do it as often.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. When I go do it, I'm glad I did.
What's the longest shot you've ever made?
With the Sassers, 1,700 yards.
God, that's a long ways.
That's a lot of
Is
grass.
that far enough where you have to kind of take into account the curvature of the earth and everything?
Yeah. And the Sasser, like everybody says, like it's a sniper rifle. It's not. The minute of angle doesn't add up to like being able to be in a like considered a sniper rifle. That gun's more. It's better to like. You got a convoy coming and you shoot out an engine block to stop the convoy, and get a linear target to call in on something.
How far is it to where you have to account for that and the rotation of the Earth?
Rotation is a whole nother.
Yeah,
That's
but
a
like,
whole nother-
yeah, but how far is that? To where
I
you
mean,
have to
rotation is that is a very far distance.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to the curvature, that's even a long distance too. Because what you're more accounting for is the bullet just gravity. You're accounting for gravity more than anything. Then even at 1,700 yards, curvature is not your biggest issue. It's just gravity at that point.
Yeah.
Because that bullet's going to drop. So
Yeah.
you're just changing those mills, and you're just having to go. You're shooting up here to hit something here. You know what I mean? For that type of distance.
Yeah, I mean it all is a part of it. Honestly, I've been out for so long, I don't remember half of that shit.
Yeah, it's
like
wind and everything else.
Yeah, there's so much involved in it.
Yeah.
But it's we like on that gun we had I think a 10 power nurdle scope. The equipment that guys have today. It's just unreal. Like it's
that scope's in a pawn shop right now for $50. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like one of those deals.
Well, and Chris Kyle was a really good friend of mine, and Chris used to say all the time, he's like, "Man, I was a monkey on a gun, man. You know, you just tap into the numbers, and I can't even imagine what guys have now. I don't even know.
I don't even think you're having to click anything anymore.
It's just like
it's Bluetooth.
it's like Surrey. Hey Surrey, I got this guy out here. Tell me how far it is. Clicking all this stuff. Boom, I'm on. Okay, all I got to do is pull the trigger. Sight alignment, sight picture, muscle relaxation, and breathing.
Yeah, it's super easy now. I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's a lot different than what it used to be. Going back,
Dallas Alexander, the Canadian that was on the sniper team for the longest. So you know how like Ukraine just they just claimed that they had the longest sniper kill of all time, like beating the Canadian one. And I was with Dallas up in Washington doing a festival, and it just had happened. I was like, somebody goes, "Hey man, what do you think about this?" I was like, "That's fucking bullshit, man. They use like a drone and AI to help them get this shot." I'm like, you can't even put that into the equation, man. I'm like, come on, dude.
So Justin, I've got two funny stories about my boy here. I got and they both involve Travis Tritt in some way here. Okay, the first one was we're at Volunteer Jam, and the show's over. We're at Bridgestone Arena. I've snuck my way, back there, and I'm with Scott. And Tritt comes up, and he's been overserved. It wasn't any of his fault. Probably got a hold of some bad ice, And he walks up to Scott, and Travis gets, he's about waist high to Scott. He's looking up at him, and he goes, "Scooter Brown, you going to Tootsie's tonight?" And I'm sitting right there beside Scott. And Scott goes, "Tritt, you going to Tootsie's tonight?" "Damn right I am." He goes, "You going to play?" "Oh, yeah." You think you can? Oh, yeah. We go over to Tootsie's. And we're on the 3rd floor, and they got the stage and a little area back there behind the stage. And we're back there, and it was kind of cool because, I mean, you had some guys from Leonard Skinner, Blackberry Smoke there, Travis Tritt. I don't know if any of the Allman Brothers or anybody like that was there. It's the who's who, of that kind of Southern rock that goes and plays Charlie's thing. And we're back there, and one of the coolest things was Scott goes, "You know who this lady is right here?" I said, "Who?" He goes, "That's John Wayne's daughter." You remember it?
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "That's John Wayne's daughter?"
It's like you just wanted to like just touch her.
The only selfie I
was like,
got
"Can I
that
just-"
whole night was that. I was like, "Oh my God, this is John Wayne's daughter." But Travis goes up on stage. Scott's playing. I mean, you've got, the best person of every type of instrument is there, right? Travis Tritt goes out and he sings. He does about 4 songs.
Still 3 sheets to the wind.
Oh, yeah, he's hammered. He's got Allman Brothers going. He's got Marshall Tucker Band. He's playing everything that he likes. He goes back to get him a drink, and Teresa's standing there on Kiki. She goes, "Travis, I think they want you to sing one of yours." And he goes, "What have I been singing?"
I remember looking back and like everybody's like telling me to like sing harmonies, and I'm like, it was to "Can't You See," and I was like, I don't know what he's singing, but that ain't the words, dude. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, I don't know what to do right now.
So he turns around and like, "Here's a quarter." I was like, all right, there it went. The whole crowd then went, "Woo!"
Yeah.
It's that lower Broadway crowd. They ain't never heard Marshall Tucker.
right, yeah.
They don't know good music. So
Yeah.
And then, I got to tell this story. So if I don't, I won't be able to sleep at night. You know the words "The Devil Went Down to Georgia," right?
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God. I had a feeling that this was gonna be
Who
what
don't? Did you fuck that up? How?
It was only in front of about 10,000 people.
Oh my
It
God,
was like
brother!
12 or 13,000 actually.
With your mentor, his song.
Not only with him, but also Travis Tritt.
Oh my God!
Okay, now let me set this up for you. I had my little set at the beginning. I was done. I was done with the show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to do anything else. So now I'm side stage with Travis's wife Teresa, and we're
all
taking
down
shots.
there partying, having a good
We're
time.
having a good time. Like
The song starts out with the title of the song. "The Devil Went Down to Georgia. He's looking for a soul to steal."
He knows what song's being
I know,
sang.
I know it, right? I know it. And I'm with Travis. I'm with his wife, and I think that his daughter Tyler Reese was there, and we're all just having a good time. And all of a sudden, Charlie at the end of the night looks over and he goes, "Hey, Travis, Scooter, get on up here." And Travis just looked at me, and I saw the look in his eye, and he just looked at me and he was like, "Oh boy, you got this or what?" And I was like, "I don't know, bro." And so we walk up on stage.
Now, hold on. Scott now at this point, he's only got about 3 buttons left on the shirt. Okay.
Oh yeah, dude.
His chest is hanging out. I mean, we're
I'm like,
having a good time.
I had a good time. We get up there and Charlie goes, "All right, we're just going to take line by line. We'll just keep going back and forth." It's not like we were taking a full verse, whatever. And so now I'm like, I'm drunk and I'm thinking about his line, my line, going back and forth. And at the very beginning, I just completely fucked it up. Charlie sang, Travis sang, and then it was me. And the only line I could think of in the moment was, "I done told you once, you son of a bitch." And all of a sudden, freaking Charlie goes, he goes, "Whoa, son." And I was like looking at him. Travis is laughing his ass off. The band's still playing. I'm walking back. I'm like, "Oh my God, I just screwed this up." I'm on stage with Charlie and Travis, and I screwed this up. And so we get through the rest of the song. I'm mortified, and I'm walking backstage, and Charlie comes up, and I look over my shoulder, and he's swinging his fiddle bow, and he just walks up to me, and he slaps me right on the ass with it. And he puts his arm around me. He goes, "It's all right, son. You don't know the words of my songs." And then he just walked off. I was like, "Charlie, no, man. I'm sorry." And so the next volunteer jam was the one that they did after Charlie had passed. Travis had set his stuff up on stage, and he didn't move any of his pedals and stuff. And usually, like, you strike your stuff, but Travis was kind of more the headliner that night, so he didn't strike his stuff. And so I was messing with Travis, and I was pretending like I was going to all of his buttons and knobs, and like I was turning them. I was like, hey man, I was just adjusting your sound, and I sent him a text, and he wrote me back right away. He goes, I wouldn't worry about that. Maybe you should try to learn the words "The Devil Went Down in Georgia" first. I was like, touche. I got you, bro.
The man that helped him with his career in Nashville.
Did you ever get a chance to sing it with him again?
Nope.
Oh my God.
Nope. I left that one hanging like that. I sure did.
I done told you once, you son of a bitch.
Dude, that's all I could think of.
Oh, that's good.
And it was the beginning of the song. That's how he opened up.
To your credit, it is the best line of the song.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a phenomenal. Well, chicken in a bread pan picking out dough is pretty good too. You know?
Well, I tell people all the time, I'm like, hey, it's easy to sing that song in your truck when you're just heading down the road, but sit on stage with Charlie Daniels and Travis Tritt in front of 12, 13,000 people after you've already partied it up a little bit. I'm like, dude, it just is what it is. At least I was there.
Story.
At least I was there.
You know what I mean? Stage. I wasn't on stage. You know what I mean? But it makes for a better story.
Is there videos of this?
There has to be. There's a picture of the exact moment. I have it in my phone, I'm pretty sure. And you can see Charlie going back like this. Like his mouth is wide open. He's like, whoa, son. You know, like, and Travis is like looking at me like his eyes are like this. Like, did he just do that? And I'm kind of coming back like, oh my God, I just fucked this up, dude. You know, like, I know I got pictures. There's got to be video of it somewhere.
And Travis is loving every second of it, wasn't he?
Oh, dude, yeah. Travis is so cool, man.
Travis is like, better you than me, buddy. This is funny.
Yeah. No, dude. Those guys are awesome.
I want to get Travis on the podcast. We have to go to him. He ain't coming up here.
You should definitely. He would do it if you guys go to him, though.
Oh yeah. I mean, he did Dylan Welton's, and I mean, he's got the studio there and everything else at the house and all. And
I love Travis. One of my favorites of all time.
Let me tell you, his acoustic album.
Oh my gosh,
is my favorite album he's ever put out.
He's still to this day, like when he does that acoustic set in his set, is mesmerizing because his voice is so powerful, and he's very underrated as a guitar player. He's a phenomenal guitar player.
God, yeah.
And then just his songs are brilliant, and his family's amazing. His family's so amazing. His band's amazing. His crew, they're just great people.
Yeah.
You should definitely. He'd love getting to chat with you.
Yeah.
You guys should do that for sure.
Well, I'm friends with the whole family. You know, they came up to me when we was at the Opry anniversary, the Opry 100 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're just great people. I love them to death. And being, you know, for me, there's those, and you probably experienced this, and I know you have. We talk about it all the time. Those pinch me moments. And you know, I drove Travis back that night after Tootsie's to his tour bus. And another piece of the funny part here, and hopefully, you know, we can cut this out if we do too. We get in the truck, and Scott maybe was out past his bedtime that night. You know, Scott's got a yard full of kids, you know. And Vicky's always trusted me. Well, Matt don't drink. You know, Scott go hang out with him. Well, we broke that trust that night. She calls me. I don't know how she even got my phone number. She goes, Matt, where's Scott? Scott's sitting in the passenger seat right there. I look at him. He looks at me and I went, he just got in the car. I said, he's been in the car. He should be home any minute now. She was like, hey, he ain't picking up. I said, I think his phone was dead.
Hey, man.
We got Trent in the back with the whole family and everything. I dropped you off at your car and I drove them over to the bus.
Yeah, man.
Oh man, we've had some good times, and I know, man, Scott's about to move to Mexico.
I am.
And which I'm excited about because I spend half my time in Mexico.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm moving to Cozumel.
No joke.
No joke. Yeah, I've got a house on Cozumel. I'm selling my house here. I've been here for 10 years, and the whole hat on the same nail for too long. I don't play here. This is a business hub. There's an international airport on the island, and I got 4 kids. My oldest is 18. Actually, today my second turned 17. And then I got a 13 and 11-year-old, and I know I only got a couple more years with my family, like the unit that we have. Mm-hmm. I've been dialing back. I don't want to do 100+ dates anymore a year. I'm tired. I've been doing this for 20 years. And we love Mexico, and we go down there all the time, and we've always joked about moving down there. And then it was just kind of like, well, why not? Why don't we just move down there? Like, just quality of life. I love the people, like waking up in the morning and walking down the street and people you don't know. It's not like here where everybody like looks down or doesn't want to like say, like, it's always, buenos dias, and you start like a conversation with somebody, or and the food's amazing.
Are you bi?
Hmm?
Are you bi?
Lingual.
Lingual?
Yeah. Can you speak Spanish? Oh, I guess I should ask that.
You got to do the full. You got to do the full. Yeah.
Yeah, it's my bad.
thing.
Scooter.
I'm working on it. Enough to like understand a lot, but I'm not super confident in speaking.
Once you immerse yourself into
and
it,
that's the other thing too. Is like I've always wanted to be bilingual. I've always wanted to try that out.
Every
that's that Navy coming out, and that's that Navy and that Marine. And that can't, you can leave the trailer park, but you can't get the trailer park out of somebody.
I tell you what, every Mexican I've ever been around, became friends with, or whatever, they always give me the same nickname. So like it's got to be a thing, right? Like it's my nickname. They always call me the Gringo Pendejo, and it is like, yeah, I love it. And I asked one not too long ago, like, what does that mean? And they said, very wise man. So
yeah, we're just gonna stick with that.
You sure about that?
Gringo Pendejo.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Well, the funny
not
thing
sure that's the right.
You don't know you're not bi.
Amy
sure that's the
said,
right
she
one.
goes, Amy said, she goes, Scott and Vicky's moved to Mexico. She goes, heck, we're probably going to see them more often now in Mexico than we are in Nashville.
Yeah, the amount of people that go, they're like, oh my gosh, we're going there. Can we swing by? Can we go out?
You know who goes there all the time? Steve Helms.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's going to be there for Christmas. He already hit me up.
He literally, he's been talking about moving there as well. He goes, Matt, I want to move to Cozumel.
Dude,
What's Steve been up to?
They keep playing that one song in Texas Ranger Stadium, and that's what keeps the bills paid, I reckon.
he's a great dude, man.
Oh man, Steve Helms is one of my favorite human beings, and you can look down. It don't matter what I post, he's gonna like it. I love that man to death. He's one of my favorite people and underrated Texas country artist in my opinion. Yeah.
But it really is. I mean, like the vibe just down there, it's just slowing down. It's like with my 4 kids, I'm like, dude, you guys have been raised in this kind of like a little bit of a bubble, and like we have all the cars and the things and all this shit, and I'm like,
are you wanting to give any of that shit away? I'll take it before you leave.
We've been selling everything. We just sold 2 Teslas. I just sold my 86 K5. That one I cried a little bit.
You would have probably wanted to buy that one. That was cool.
It was cool. Yeah. But I'm also one of those people where like if I want another one day I'll get one. I'm not like sentimental when it comes to things.
Yeah.
I'm right the opposite. I am so sentimental, brother.
Really?
I am so sentimental.
I've only got like
ridiculous.
3 things that I don't want to get rid of. I've got like 3 things that matter to me. You know what I mean? And that's it. Everything else could burn in the house, and I wouldn't.
Everything's for sale.
Yeah.
Everything I have for sale is for sale, except for my wife and kids. They're free to a good home.
And I got the papers on all of them.
Yeah. You can have them.
Yeah.
Oh, but Scott, dude. First of all, thank you for the friendship, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't ever get to say that, but I do appreciate you. Thanks for coming over here. And
thanks for having me.
You willing to stick around for about 10 or 15 minutes? We do the after hours. This is where we get really unhinged.
Yeah.
This is where the bad jokes get told. And if you're willing, we'd love to hear a song or 2.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it.
Oh, you do music?
No, just in my part time. It's just a hobby.
Yeah.
Just a hobby that pays all my bills.
I have weaponized autism. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, this podcast is definitely a hobby.
Right now it is.
Right.
No, this podcast is losing money.
Yeah, it's a hole in the water.
This
it's
is
a boat.
damn dependent at this point,
Hey man, you got to have write-off somewhere.
Yeah, shit. I guess that's what this is.
Yeah,
I ain't making that much where I need write-offs like that.
Yeah. This is a boat. That's just a hole in the water.
Yeah,
Just
man,
throw money in.
We just sloshing that water out, trying to stay up.
Yeah, this is the most expensive Nashville trips I ever take.
That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. We're fucked. I'm never going to financially recover from this.
That's in the words of the scholar Tiger King.
But yeah, hey, I hope you enjoy Mexico. Enjoy all your money. I'm just going to sit here and just keep being poor white trash.
That's it. Well, Scott, thank you. Y'all stick around. We're going to do a little bit of after hours here and pick and sing a little bit.
Goodbye.
Bye, y'all.
White Trash with Money podcast.